Here's the recaps for today. Everything in this video is not financial investment or trading advice of any kind. Everything is just for entertainment, educational, and comedic purposes only. Remember this. Trading in the markets carries substantial risk. Never trade more than you can afford to lose, and especially be aware against high leverage trading. Let's cover some of the crypto highlights from today. We started by talking about Dreams, XOR, SHIB. Today was a powerful class. I want you guys to watch it if you guys are learning, wanting tutorials. These are the classes that will help you. But today's here's were some of the highlights. We looked at XOR. We saw that the volume is drying up on XOR. It's fantastic. We looked at SHIB, which will have other pictures for XOR. We looked at SHIB. I told you guys recently that the parabolic watch line has been broken here, but not the main flat. So we may be going up on SHIB over the next few days. But be careful, we still need to get above this area before SHIB will really go up. But overall, we're starting to head in the right direction. On SHIB, I believe we're going to be playing those areas till April 29th. We looked at the tiger line on SHIB. As a reminder, it's about right here, about 0.00027 this week. Before it was around 2.8. It goes down a little bit lower each week. That was on a daily chart. We looked at SHIB, and when we did a new projection based on an ABC projection, and that should give us approximate move of 248%, which is above, which is around 6.8, 4068. If we get above that area, that should help trigger another trade once we're above these areas that will help us get there. But for right now, the shorter term target is 0.00053. Current prices for SHIB are 0.0004027. So 27 to 53 to 6.8. Once we're above 6.8, we have a chance to actually go really high. But right now in stages, that's our target number one. I really believe up to 53, target number two, we're going to blow past this area because there's too much strength being built up in this area. There's too much strength for SHIB. It may look something like this. And once we hit some of these numbers like 0.00314, then it's ready to go to a penny. Prophet Rabo's first camel hump is around 0.0020. There may be some resistance there. We may see it in the future. Right now we don't have it. We looked at Bitcoin. We talked about that short-term weakness on the shorter time frames, like 6 hour. We should be going down. We've been going down, but we're playing in this area on top of this area. This is in alignment with God showing me about the rounding action on top of that blue line that I showed you guys, I think it was last Saturday. We talked about that. And we've been playing ever since in this area. The number, we have a parabolic about this side. I highlighted in blue, but it's actually yellow. We need to beat that area. It looks like this. We need to get above there. Once we're above there, then it's ready to take off. The number is 67,423 this week. That's a 6 hour chart. Until then, we can still be playing at 57, but we're still ready to have some very large moves. I took some pictures from this week showing that many cryptos like XRP are still on the larger time frames sitting on top of their supports. And this is very powerful. A lot of people are freaking out about all the ups and downs that is happening. But I'm looking at the story. I don't care about all these little spikes in here. It's going to look like that, ups and downs. But the dust is settling. What's really happening when the dust settles is the story's emerging. What's the story? Health, pushing volume, shakeout bars, but health. Okay, and that support is still holding 5.8 on the weekly charts. Okay, that's on XRP. That was a picture taken on my phone. Bitcoin, what is happening? The health is still staying on the weekly charts. We're building on top of these areas. That is powerful because that allows us now to move higher. Building on top of those old resistances is exactly what you want to see. Bullish, pushing volume. We want to see the supply draining up. Bullish indications on the weekly. This is what we want to see. SHIB, what is SHIB doing on that weekly chart? This is a picture I took from earlier this week, but it's the same story. All week long, every time I looked at my phone, it was almost always like this. The support that we have on the tiger line. I think I'm the only person on YouTube who has it. I know that because I know the calculation. I know how to run it. It's exactly about here, 0.00027, the number we talked about. And what is happening? Pushing volume. Support. I don't care that we're spiking in here. Look where we're stopping at on these candles. It is telling us there's something happening here. It is building here on the larger story. The larger story is that we're going up and we're building, and that building on here and staying on top of there is proof. We're going to need a candle, 8 p.m. Sunday night. 8 p.m. Sunday night. If you get that close right here, don't be surprised if next week is a very bullish week. Don't be surprised if into April we take off. Okay? Price has to break out sometime before April 29th. So sometime in the month of April, between now and the point of April, or 8 p.m. Sunday night, you're going to be going up. But don't be surprised if we hang out just like this tomorrow night at 8. We see the pushing volume, same story over and over again. And I referenced this over and over during our class today. AIDOGE, pushing volume past that resistance. And then what happens? The rest, no demand bars. This is a weekly chart. But where are we stopping? Exactly where we're supposed to. A lot of these cryptos are stopping exactly where they're supposed to. After the push, now we can rest. And where are we resting? We're resting exactly where we're supposed to, on top of the phantoms for many of our angles. It looks like no demand. Here's AIDOGE. Okay? Here's AIDOGE. Into a health. 8021 is around where our resistance is based on their transformation. What else do we got? We looked today, we did some volume explanations on the daily chart here during class. We talked about the target number being somewhere around here before our next resistance. Prices above there could be doing really. We don't have much higher than that. We looked at AIDOGE. And AIDOGE, we can see support. This is a type of index. And price is doing what? Building, again, on top of where it's supposed to. In a vortex area, our last phantom. Therefore, our next mid-phantom. It's right here. What did price do? Spike in here, but it's got the support. AIDOGE, if it's linked to Doge, it's another indication that Doge is going to be going up. Supposedly, this is like an index of Doge, I guess. Somebody sent this to us. Could you perform Tiger in here? Yeah, you could. It could give you some resistance about somewhere, somewhere about right here, which is where we went down. That's good. Now we looked at SHX. This one's taken off into the sky. We don't have much more higher. Last time we had supports back here. Blew past the resistance. Then we came up, came down on the weekly chart. We're going up ever since. This is what I have for you here currently. We did a parabolic on the phantom side, plus an accelerated adjustment line. I don't have price could fall before doing that, but I don't have that. I do have the next trade for you. I don't know if price is going to fall all the way down. I don't see all of that. But I do see on SHX, there's a parabolic. When we zoom in on this area, it looks like this. There's a watch line here. When price breaks above this area, we should go up. We examine the volume in depth, and we can see that the supply is draining in this area. That's exactly what we want to see for the next move up on SHX. The last time it happened, it was like this. Health came in. It's now ready to move up. Here it is again. Guess what's going to happen when the health comes in? It's going to move up. We projected it should approximately go to 0274 from 007. So it's going to lose a 0. That's a good thing. SHX. We can approximate that as the resistance. You'll know when to watch. It needs to break above there. It's not there yet, but very close. So watch it. Put an alert if you want to. We looked at GALA. GALA, similar thing. There's your key angle on the bottom in the white here. There's a phantom price sitting on top of it. The number 059. Okay, it needs to stay above this. We looked at this in a few different ways. Up to target number 1 on the conservative side, just up to here is 142%. I hope a lot of people make money this month and in April. Okay, I hope it's real soon. But a lot of it is you're exactly where. So what are the low prices after this point? These are the low prices. Anywhere along this line is the prices you want. As close as you can get to those low prices now, after the health appears. I'll be surprised if at Sunday night, 8 p.m., you're stopping right there, a little bit lower. Get those prices, take those profits. Otherwise, go to the prophetic target somewhere around 44 cents up there. And that one's around 610%. GALA, in position, on its phantom. Same story over and over and over. Those are some of the other targets. 32, 42, 18 for the high side, low side, 39, 28, 15 for the low side. I think you're getting there. Now, we looked at GALA on the 12-hour. Is GALA in position on the 12-hour? Yes, it's sitting on top of its area. It's very possible GALA will be the one that moves quick or first. I was asked a question, which cryptos are ready, really ready? GALA is the one that's ready for today. It appears to be. There's a shorter term area. We're going to need to connect these bottoms. It looked like this don't know if we did that in class. Yeah. On the shorter term 6 hour on GALA, it looks like this. Drawing the key angle, drawing the phantom. If we get this close above here, then the next trade will take off. Otherwise, we'll just, if we're stopping at 0.617 during this filming, we should be still bouncing around here. But that's when you're going to be taking off in a shorter term. If you're looking for something today, we're definitely got a lot of supply in this area. So it's right for us to keep challenging this area over and over until we push through. Pushing volume is really what I really want to see. I want to see, well, it looks like we're already pushing through. But now the line just needs to be break. They're going to try to get all the supply on top, and then we can move. We looked at ALGO. The next trade will begin above 3.7. Otherwise, we're in this uptrend. I believe we're eventually getting to $1.25. Okay. I think we're going to get past target number 1, but we may encounter some problems there. If we build above 3.7, we're going to go up higher. Okay. We've been doing well on ALGO, by the way, after the health came in and price built on that sword cut. We've been going up ever since. Bitcoin, I give an example of how these parabolics work. This is an older chart on Bitcoin a while back. This was back in 2020 when we had this downward parabolic and then price broke above and went up very high. The move was a very strong percentage, over 492 percentage, and you could see these things coming. When you see these types of moves happen, where prices break out of their parabolics and they sit on their sword cuts, look for that kind of thing because price can move up, whether it's a 6-hour chart or a longer term chart. Here's ALGO on a smaller term chart, upside down. For a shorter term, ALGO broke to the weakness side. So I'm not expecting ALGO to do anything spectacular today, at least until it clears 0.30 to 29 or comes back down to the lower support, and then another watch line can be established. Okay, it will look like something like this for the next trade for ALGO. As of today, there's a smaller watch line on ALGO. I would not count ALGO out. I expect it to continue to hit those prices, but probably there are better options at this time. Okay, so right now I don't expect anything for ALGO at the moment. We looked at RND, which is render, RNDR, and we're still within this upper parabolic, and price is now on the fire side building. Same story, the whole area is in health. We want to examine this area. The only problem with render is that we can't see any strong, significant watch line, but we did get the push exactly where it's supposed to. So I would like a firmer support on the downside. It is very messy. Here's what we discovered. If we take the essence of what's happening, then the real watch line is around this blue area here. If we break above, we still have to deal with this hidden battler area. This is a 6-hour chart, or sorry, a 12-hour chart. So it's going to be a little bit messy, but ultimately, once we get past this blue line, that's when you're ready for health. Okay? It's going to look something like this more professionally. All these images will be included on our website within the day. These are the numbers: 11, 13, current price, $10.95. Okay, and this should help us to get to our higher targets for render. We don't have any higher targets right now, but if we're above this parabolic, we can go really high. But I don't have anything higher than that. We looked at BEPRO. BEPRO, using our tiger line, has been healthy. We've been looking at BEPRO. We had a target about right here. We hit there. That was a while back. Okay. It took a long time of us flirting on top of that line, but the line held and the price moved. So sometimes it's patience. Okay. We did have shorter term weaknesses here, so we knew not to wait forever. But when we drew the Nux watch line, which is around here, price was ready to move. Now, all of that's been hit, and what we're looking at primarily is a continuation of the tiger calculation. We continued the tiger calculation. We can actually see support. It should be right about here. Here's where I highlighted in green. We can see in green is really the support we're focusing on. Not so much the one in blue, but the one in green, which is part of the tiger calculation. And we see that strong pushing volume here, followed by a shakeout this week, which means we're looking to test these supply areas a little bit lower. So I think we can get some good prices for BEPRO I think we can get some good prices for BEPRO later on. Okay, but we do see the shakeout bar this week. Okay, these are where we need to overcome. We're overcoming 001.7 area. The next really one we have to overcome is the phantom, which we may just blow past. And then here it is, 0024, followed by 005, and then ultimately up to our target. Okay, which is around 009. Again, current price is a 001, so that's pretty good. If you can go all the way to 9, what is that? A lot of money, a lot of wealth. Okay, if you can. There was one more we didn't add, and it's going to be this middle one here, somewhere around 0003536, something like that. Okay, these are going to be some of the strongest areas of your map. Go ahead and draw this map, and you'll have my calculations. We looked and saw in the smaller time frame on the daily chart, lots of supply in this area, so look for us to challenge this area again. The shorter term watch line is most likely going to be this angle right here. Get above there, and then we have a chance to move up. But most likely you are going to come down over the next few days for BEPRO. We looked at ELON. Wow, ELON's looking good. Okay, we calculated the first health being around here. Then we calculated the second health, which is the descent, using this descent. These are just the basic highlights. Here it is professionally. We can see that ELON needs to have a strong push past this parabolic line on pushing volume. It'd be great, and we have that. Look at this week. Ultra high pushing volume into this tells us that this move up here was on purpose. So now we can rest on low volume, if possible, or ultra high volume followed by an up bar. But in this case, it looks like we're seeing the lower volume. We want to see that. Okay, so ELON has a chance to build on this area, which is built over many months. Let's see, where's the back? I don't think I have it. Yeah, April 2020, April to July of 2022. And so us now being on this area, on this parabolic, on this phantom, after this health, now the skies are clear, full sails ahead. I am looking for ELON to do really well and hit that target up there. Okay, and that target is around 0.000006. Current price is 24. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 zeros 24 to zeros 92. And that's the conservative target. I hope you guys make a lot of money with ELON. It is in a strong position, and I like this crypto. It's looking well. Now, there was supply that was in here that needs to be drained, but overall the trend is in the right place. We are draining the supply in this area. That's exactly what we want to see. When we see the watch line, though, we still got some time. That's the only bad news. We still got some time. Here's a 12-hour chart and a watch line. We can say that we're not looking for it to do anything until we get above this area, and then ELON can take off. But until then, ELON is just going to be doing his thing, what he does. He puts on a really certain kind of cologne. You guys know what kind of cologne he wears? It's a musky kind. Who got that joke? Nobody got that joke. Oh, gosh. I need some better material. I'm going to fire my writers. Thank you, Royal. Thank you. I'm going to fire my writers. Those people who live inside my head. Okay. The voices in my head now. They tell me what jokes to say. I'm just kidding. Look, oh, gosh, you're going to start casting out demons now. Oh, Lord. Forgive me, Lord. We looked at Luna Classic on the higher time frames. Supports down here, target 1. Supports down here at along this area here in pink at 3 zeros 15 to 12. All right. Overall, we're stopping here after the push. We can rest in here. That's on the weekly chart. Overall, I'm not really expecting it to do anything until we beat the watch line on the daily chart. Here's the daily chart watch line. It's here. Although I was asked to look at this on a smaller time frame, we did. I messed up in the beginning. I flipped it upside down. But we did look at it all the way on a 2-hour chart, and I demonstrated that weakness should have came in the market up approximately right here this past week. And we saw there was way too much supply, so they're going to test it on the bottom. They're going to bring it down, and they have been. Okay, and it's been going down. We saw 3 points of weakness on the shorter term, so over those 2-hour charts, prices should have came down. We're performing in the basement. Ultimately, I expect Luna Classic to go up Oh, sorry, yeah. This is the one we flipped upside down, right? We flipped it upside down. 150. It was wrong. We had to flip this one right side up. And when we did, we can see that shorter term health on the 2-hour charts came in here, all right, around the 22nd of the month, and we've been going up ever since. Now we're coming down a short time to build on top of this phantom, okay? Build on top of this green line right there, and therefore we're going to go up. Now the real health for Luna Classic is going to be when we beat this number, 00017. Mark it, 0017, because that's part of the watch line. Is it going to be messy because we have hidden Balor stuff? You bet it's going to be messy. Luna Classic is already messy on the higher time frame weekly charts. Look at these spikes up and down. That's a weekly chart. You're getting some really strong messy stuff. But it's in alignment. Yeah, this is in alignment with the daily chart. See? 17 cents, 00017. 00017, not 17. Then we looked at that shorter time frame, and it's here. The price is 00017. This is in exact alignment with each other. Larger term weekly charts, daily charts, all starting to become in alignment. Primarily the daily and the 2-hour chart in alignment. So therefore, beat that 17 number, and Luna Classic's ready to go. If you want, set an alarm by setting an alert. But draw a trend line, click the little tiny alarm clock button, and your computer, your phone, if you have Trading View downloaded, or your app, your iPad will alert you. Okay, and then when you hear your computer quack or whatever sound it makes, mine's quacks. I don't know why it quacks. Oh yeah, and you get it examined. See a therapist. Yeah, and they're gonna call him a quack. And then, so anyway, it's going to break above, and then it's going to be able to move up. I know Triple J. She put the corn emoji. She's already ready with the emoji. Then you're going to see Luna Classic move up. Not until then. Finally, the last few cryptos. ADA. On ADA, we're looking at pushing volume past this flat area. This area was flat. We examined it in depth in the class. You guys will see it. These aren't the best images, but there's been health that has been appearing on top of this blue line, and to the exact number we came to that blue line. That's a flat that was important. We covered it in our class in the full video. We can see we're still also within this uptrend on the daily chart, and within the weekly chart. We need to hold above that watch line. Otherwise, some short-term weakness will have entered ADA. I don't trust ADA as much with this crypto at this moment. But if the line holds, it's very powerful. I'm going to show you exactly what it needs to look like. It needs to look like this. This crypto, we'll get to it in just a little bit. This is but it needs to look like that. Okay. But on the weekly chart, right now, it's still experiencing that health, and it is starting to hold. We need to see 8 p.m. Sunday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If the candle closes right on that number or right along that line, it's about 66 cents. That's a very good thing. Anywhere close to 66 cents, that means you're still in health. We're seeing evidences that the volume's drying up. This is a good indication that we should be able to continue going up. That means that we're not going to have too much challenges to the downside on this bar. Okay? This is a weekly chart. ADA is going to do well if it can hold. Otherwise, some shorter term weaknesses are starting to enter. Not that it lost its full setup, but that it's experiencing some shorter term weaknesses. Okay, and then we'll just have to wait for another setup, which is generally another flat. Get us above those old highs, and we'll be able to move up in this example. And that's because ADA already has flats already at work, operating within them, which we examined in the live session. We looked at VRA. I'm liking VRA. VRA is the volume's trending in the right direction after sitting on its phantom, not on the daily chart, but on the weekly chart. We need to see this candle doing the same thing I just told you. The candle's right here currently, but we're already seeing pressure sitting on this side. We had the strong pushing volume. So we're already expecting what's happening for VRA is that this is on purpose. So right now we want to see the volume on low draining, the volume draining. We want to see the candle looks just like this, and if that would be how we want it. The number is 011 Sunday night, 8 p.m. on the weekly chart. Get me that number, and guess what's going to happen to VRA? You're going to have some good moves on VRA coming in the next week or in April, something like that. Okay, because the watch line will naturally be beaten really soon after that. Okay, VRA's watch line on the smaller time frames, though, however, is flat, unfortunately, which means we have to get above this number for the shorter term health to resume. But the weekly chart, if the candle looks like that, will already be in alignment. So we'll see how this looks and plays out. There's a smaller chart on VRA on the 12-hour where there may be a watch line, but that watch line is in conflict with the flat. So there's actually two watch lines. One, which means that there may be shorter term health, but only to here, then we can come back down. We need really to get above 0.15. That's really the magic number when VRA is really ready to pop. But for you shorter term people who are watching this in shorter terms, watch this here. Okay. And then finally, we just covered, just a reminder, SHIB again. Here was those charts that there's a shorter term health coming in on SHIB on the smaller term, but we still got to beat that daily chart watch line. It's about right where that dotted white line is. Get me above that number, we're there. See, Triple J's laughing in the comments because she's happy with how tall she is. I think she's happy. By the way, we looked at XEC. Thank you to Ian for bringing this to our remembrance. This is a crypto that I believe is going to do really well. We talked about this crypto. If you type it on our website, whatever crypto you're looking for, in the little search bar, next to your membership, there's a little search bar in the bottom. Scroll down, type whatever crypto you're looking for. You're going to see this crypto pop up. We talked about this before it popped up, back when we were still doing our watch line. This crypto has broken over a very large parabolic that's been built up over many years. I believe this crypto was going to go up to target 1 and 2. It went to target 1, came right back above, and stopped right on target 2 at the top side. But this is important because it's sitting on top of its, here's our key angle, therefore here's our phantom angle, and it's sitting on the phantom. This is a very big deal. I think XEC is going to do very well. Look where it stopped, right here, twice. It's pushing into this area. After pushing volume, this is going to do really good. I believe this is an indication we're going to go to at least target number 2, if not higher. Okay, it's going to do really well. And I hope you guys make a lot of money on XEC. And I hope you guys do really well in these wealth transfer seasons. Okay, all right, there it is. Here's a shorter term. Let's see, where's the shorter term? Yeah, that's all we got. Then we covered some dreams from today, from the community. Oh, by the way, I also covered this image of the buying candles coming in on the weekly chart. The buying candles. This is not so rare, but after the health comes in on the pushing volume, if we see these type of railroad tracks back to back on ultra high volume, these type of candles I like. This is a buying indication that buying's happening on top of this line. Where it is at in the map, in the context, is really important. And I think that's one of the best things we can do in Chartroom is by helping you guys understand where these maps are. All right, thank you everybody for watching. Thank you everybody who read the Word of God with us today. I love you guys. We'll see you guys tomorrow, WordRoom, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then Monday, 9 a.m. for Chartroom, Wednesday again at 6 a.m. We'll see you guys later.